Hello guys, welcome to the stream. Just a quick audio test. Hello guys, welcome to the stream. Now, you're probably wondering why on earth we're sat here looking at this screen for now. Reason is, the flight sim, for some strange reason, I have no idea why, decided that, I don't know, it's weird basically. I put in Gatwick, put in the plane, and clicked OK, and it was absolutely fine. And then I clicked on it to click fly, and suddenly discovered for some reason it had frozen. So, there we go. I've just got to plug in my yoke, actually. I still haven't done that. But yeah, for some reason it decided that it didn't want to start. So there we go. But never mind. Now we're all good. So we're going to start the flight sim up now. I've got it all ready. I've just clicked fly now. So we should be going very quickly now. We have Gatwick Grand online. Also have London Central. I don't think we might just pass through their airspace on departure, but Gatwick Grand literally came online 3 minutes ago, so that's quite nice, isn't it? Okay, so we have a little bit of ATC then. Maybe not a lot, but it's nice anyway. So, yeah. Should be pretty good, this. Gothenburg, very nice airport. I've got some pretty nice freeware scenery. I've flown in there once before, and it looks very nice from what I remember. Right, we're here at a quite cloudy Gatwick airport, actually. A bit foggy by the looks of it. That's not the nicest, but there you go. Alright. We'll just connect the jetway. And I guess we'll connect to Vatsim as well. So we are Skyways. Is it 478? Yeah, 478. And we are an A320. So yeah, we're flying this because Fly UK have got their... Okay, and vPilot can't connect to my flight sim. If I restart it, it should work. There we go. There we go. Great. And fetch the flight plan. And there we are. So we're now on the Vatsim network. All good. We'll be the only plane at Gatwick, actually. I don't know why it's so quiet. Normally Gatwick at 9 AM is already got a good 4 or 5 planes on the ground, but there you go. The only ATC I said is Gatwick Grand at the moment. However, they're not actually appearing on my vPilot, so I guess we'll have to wait for that to load in. Unless they've just miraculously just go, there's no one there. Nope, they're still there. Great. You just need to wait for it all to load in on vPilot. It's very foggy here. Let's have a little look at the weather here in Gatwick. Yeah, foggy is what it's saying. So we've got clouds scattered at 200, overcast at 1,000, and very foggy. So that's interesting. I've never actually seen fog in active sky, weirdly. So there we go. First time for everything, I guess. So I've got a little bit of low cloud. It's only scattered at 200 feet. We may be a little bit covered in clouds as we depart Gatwick today. Weather down in Gothenburg is just cloudy, overcast at 400 feet. Okay. That could be interesting. We've got a bit of cloud over Europe today, have we? Right, on the latest air act today, 2012. It started 2 days ago, so we're now on that. EGKK down to ESGG. And we are Skyways, UKV, 478. Cost index 25. Cruising at flight level 350. So that's our init page. Oh, rip. Excuse me. Forgot to take it off that page. Okay, yeah. Well, here's the fog. Yeah, apologies for that. I totally forgot to take it off the Mad Chili is currently flight planning thing. Well, you can see there we've plugged in all our numbers. You can see there. Don't worry. that's all I've filled out. We haven't done anything else. Oh man, imagine if I got halfway into the flight and then discovered that. That would have been rubbish. That would have been rubbish, wouldn't it? Anyway, load and fuel. We have 121 passengers on board. We have 1.4 kilos of cargo, and we are taking 7,000. Exactly 7 tons, 7,000 kilos of fuel, 7,032 to be exact. So if you want to be exact, 7.03. You know, why not? So there you go. That's in there. And we can go ahead and get the ground services started, so request boarding. GSX had a little update this morning, however it was quite a small one. Guess we use British Airways. Start the flight on Skytrack, and we should be good to go. We're on external power, right? Yep. We're on external power. So, want to just turn on the seatbelt signs. Nav lights are already on, so we are ready in terms of that. We'll tune Gatwick ground on 121.8. 121.8, and they have got an ATIS ready for us as well, so we'll go ahead and grab the text version of that. Information Juliet, that's out of date. What? Time 0020. Runway in use 08 right. That may need changing then. QNH is 1021. Yeah, okay, something's gone wrong there. No significant cloud. Okay, so they haven't redone the ATIS. However, I do believe it is 08 right that they're using. That's what we've got planned out of here today. So that's that. I guess we'll request clearance for a bit. Then we'll see if they've got we'll see if they have a newer thing put in. We'll see what happens with that. So it's the Frame 1 Zulu departure out of Gatwick. So it's 5,000 restriction and 6,000 restriction. That's fine. So we're at stand 106. I guess we'll wait for another. I think the ATIS was just put up. It hasn't refreshed as of yet, so we'll see what happens. It was literally put up a minute ago, so it may be wrong. We'll see what happens with that. Now, flight plan. Hello. Yes, EJK, and we are 08 right out of the Frame 1 Zulu departure, and all those restrictions are looking good. Initial climb will be 5,000, and I'm just going to hope that the ATIS is... No, the ATIS hasn't been refreshed yet. I guess we'll just request clearance, and if it's not ready, it's not ready, I guess, the ATIS.
Good evening,
good, my voice sounds fine. Right. Gatwick ground, hello. Skyways 478, stand 106. Type A320, request IFR to Gothenburg, please.
Skyways 478, Gatwick ground, hello, clear to Gothenburg, Frame 1 Zulu departure, 08 right, squawk 1156.
Cleared Gothenburg, off runway 08 right via the Frame 1 Zulu departure, squawk 1156, Skyways 478.
Skyways 478, read back correct, information Juliet, QNH 1021.
Roger, information Juliet 1021, Skyways 478. Alright, 1156. I don't think that's correct. I'm looking at Active Sky and it says it's 1020. So, that's not correct. Unless he's changed it, has he? No, it still says... Surface wind 0803 knots. Yeah, it's 0804 knots now. And there's significant cloud, so I don't know what's going on there. I guess we'll set 1021 if that's what he's using. Technically he's a ground controller, so it doesn't matter. He won't see us in the air, so we'll just set 1020 anyway. From Frame then, it's going to be M604. And we're taking that to Lager. We've still got quite a bit more bags yet to load, so we won't bother starting the APU just yet. From Largo, it's going to be P144 as far as Gollum. And then it's on to N866, taking that to AAL. And then it is N607 to Maker. And then that's it. So we'll put that in there. And insert. And then we'll have a look at Gothenburg. Now I believe we're planning an ILS 21. The winds are perfect for a 21. And they're 210 at 10 knots. So that's perfect. I believe we were planning a 21. Yep, okay. It's going to be an ILS runway 21. No transitions at Gothenburg. Nice, simple approach for us today. And it's going to be the Maker 3 Sierra. There it is. Put that in there. 639 miles, okay. And we want to go to the init page, put in our fuel, which is 7. And that'll calculate some numbers. 1 hour and 31 minutes is said by the plane, simply for saying 1 hour and 26.
Stations, all stations. Gatwick broadcast information Kilo now, current QNH 1020 Gatwick out.
I thought so. Okay, so they've got a new ATIS now, right? Chin Unicom on the other radio, because we haven't got any ATC after Gatwick, at least for a little bit. Max auto brakes ready for departure. They're almost done, actually, on the bags. So we're going to start the APU. I'm going to get the strobe lights onto auto. Alright, so that's now onto the doors page then. We can close the back left door. We can close the front cargo door. And there you go, there's the APU starting up. Just as the cargo's finishing. They have not taken very long, although it does help that because of the slightly less passengers, GSX has only given us 3 cargo crates, not 4. Obviously we haven't got massively heavy load on the cargo either, so that is partially because of that. Right, we're just waiting for the APU to fully start up. Going to shut the front left door now. There you go, GSX is now finished, so we're going to go ahead and request pushback and departure. Apparently there's an ice warning today, is there? Let's have a little look. Right, it's 6 degrees, okay, and it's foggy, so I think we will take a little bit of de-icing, why not? It is only 6 degrees, it's a bit cold out here today. I think if it's under 5, you're supposed to use icing in the real world, so I guess it's just above that, but if GSX isn't asking me, I think I'm going to go with it. As it's only 1 degree difference, it's probably slightly colder than that once we get in the air. I mean, who would have thought it's warmer in Sweden than it is in Gatwick? I mean, who would have thought that? But there you go. So that is something else we have to wait on then. Now, APU is running, so we can go ahead and turn off the external power. APU bleed can come on. And go down here, put the parking brake on, and get rid of all of that. And we'll go flaps 1, ready for departure as well. And that is that, I think. So that can just go on to the load and fuel page now. We'll put the fuel pumps on, ready for engine start. And, well, actually, flaps 1 for departure today. Flex is going to be, I guess, 63. V1 132, VR 139.
Aircraft is ready for treatment.
V2 140. And GSX is saying 150%.
We begin treatment now and observe. Fluid type 1. Concentration at 50%.
Okay.
I will call you back when ready.
Excellent. And there we go. So that is that. Down in Gothenburg, the weather, I just like to fill out the weather before we go, it's a bit easier. 1024, and also I can observe how it changes then throughout the flight. 1024, 210 at 10 knots, and who would have thought it's 8 degrees. So therefore it's actually warmer, and I put the QNH in the Barrow section. I bet it's a bit stupid of me. Let's delete that. There we go. Great, so that's got our flight in there. We're just waiting for GSX to complete the de-icing treatment. There it is. Because it is only 6 degrees outside, so it's a little bit chilly. So I think, yeah, we think may as well go for it. Right, beacon light can come on. We'll wait for the de-icing to finish, and then we'll go ahead and request pushback. Let's request, okay, we can't do a takeoff config yet. Pitch trim is going to be 0.8 up. That's what it normally is in this aircraft. Yep. Okay, we are ready to go, and we want to go climb power at 1700 feet. So there we go. That's ready. Looks like they've finished their de-icing as well, so we're going to go ahead and retract the jetway as well.
De-icing and anti-icing completed.
It said
Anti-icing
de-icing.
code is fluid type 1. Concentration at 50%.
Yeah, we know
I
that.
am disconnecting. Good day.
Sounded excited about that. It's like, good day, bye. Right, and now I just wait on the pushback tractor that should be on its way. I mean, I've asked for it. However, there's no option for it by here, so I don't know what's going on. They should.
Due to icing
there you
conditions,
go.
please stand by for engine start until push completed and brakes set.
All right.
Good morning, Easy 8536, gate 551, A320 request, clearance of each of insurers, file information kilo QNH 1020.
Hello,
The
Captain. We are ready for
8635, go ground hello. You could 2 feature interior via the Southampton 3 Papa departure. Actually, disregard. Are you able a Inver departure?
Yeah, I've filed for Inver 1 Zulu.
Okay, Roger, stand by.
Locking gear.
Skyways 478, stand 106, request push and start.
Stand by.
Okay. Have to
Go
wait.
478, stand 106, push and start, proof face east.
Push and start approved, face east. Skyways 478. North east. Wait, east? Face east. Okay.
Departure check
Is he
completed.
sure?
Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes.
And it's the
Commencing
83,
push.
question 8535
Due to
with
icing
your clearance.
conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and
Is that
brakes
for
set.
853?
They're using the same.
536.
Okay, I don't know. I'm positive that's the wrong.
8535.
I'm positive that's the wrong direction we're facing. He must know what he's doing. He said east, north east. Yeah, which is left. That's just not normal. Right, we're gonna start engines anyway, despite what GSX is saying, because, well, I guess why not?
Easy 8535, Gatwick.
I don't see any problem starting the engines now.
Easy 8535.
Easy 8535, you cleared the future during Inver 1 Zulu departure runway 28 right. After Inver, November 63 Southampton, Mike 1 out of 5 to
I do find
Yorku,
it's
then
weird that he said
Spa,
east. It's not normal.
46,
Normally it would be
36.
west if we're going to
Easy
08 right.
8535. We didn't request clearance and we weren't ready for that, so we'll call for clearance in a sec.
That was easy 8535, not easy 8536.
I am 35.
Rip. Someone doesn't know their own call sign.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yourself,
spoilers.
8536, I asked for clearance.
Set parking brakes.
Okay, easy 8536, you're cleared to future interior Inver 1 Zulu departure, squawk 4, pushing 6463.
Right, taxi lights on.
Thank you for that. Inver 1 Zulu
off,
departure,
APU
squawk
off.
6463, easy 8536.
Easy 8536, correct.
There's a big Lufthansa on the ground now. That's going Prague, is that? Yeah, Praha. I was looking at the ICAO code and just guessed it. Close. Right, okay, yeah, it's very foggy here. This is not great, is it? I mean, we can still see, but
Unlocking gear.
mad, I've never seen this before.
Good morning,
This.
Tara. Easy 884 is currently standing
Tow
112
truck
Echo 5
disconnected.
A320.
Bypass pin
I
removed.
want I think we want the weather radar on, don't we? Okay, I think we're now ready
Station calling second call scenario.
to call for taxi. Right, 1020
Sorry, I
on
just
there.
realised I didn't find the flight plan. Give me a sec. Easy 884.
Skyways 478, ready for taxi.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Skyways 478 taxi, on point Juliet 4 runway 08 right, 5 Kilo Papa and Juliet.
Taxi holding point Juliet 4 via Kilo, Papa and Juliet, Skyways 478. Okay, right. Yeah, Kilo, Papa, Juliet. So he's sending us all the way round. I don't know, I guess is that how they do it? Yeah. Oh, hang on a minute, I only started one engine. Rip. Started one, forgot to start the other time. I was like, hang on a minute, why is it a minus number? Oh, and I've shut down the APU now. Oh no. I've shut down the APU, so I'm going to have to wait for that to start again. Oh, no, wait, we can do a one-engine taxi, can't we? I forget that you can do that in real life. They actually do it to save fuel quite frequently in the real world. I forget you can do that. Like, they do it in real life when you've got a really long taxi. They sometimes do a one-engine taxi to save fuel. So, and then they start the other one while they're on the move. Alright. I totally forget you can do that.
Ground, good day, sir.
I was like, while I'm moving, I was like, oh yeah.
Radio check, thank you.
I can move.
Lufthansa 985, Gatwick ground, hello, reliability 5.
Right, where we go there? On one engine.
Thank you.
The other one is starting, don't worry.
Lufthansa 985 with you. Stand 141 left, info kilo on board. Type Airbus 330, requesting IFR clearance to Praga as filed.
Right, there we go.
Lufthansa 985, Gatwick ground, hello, clear to Prague via the Oddvik 2 Zulu departure 088 squawk 0764.
There we go, engines are started now. Right, normal mode on here. I'm surprised that on the takeoff config it doesn't show whether engines are started. Right, there you go. AP back off. I guess it's quite obvious. I guess you should know if your engines are started or not. But don't worry, we're good. Our engines are both started.
Again, Tower Easy 884 can extend 112 aircraft type A320 and requesting alpha clearance to Innsbruck.
Easy 884, Gatwick ground, hello, are you able in Oddvik departure? Sorry, are you able in Oddvik departure?
Yeah, we're able, Easy 884.
Right, let's get ourselves on the taxiway all the way down Juliet to Juliet 4, which is that the really long... Okay, Juliet 4 is the one that's short of 08 left, that's Juliet 4.
Yeah, 84, Roger, clear to Innsbruck, Oddvik 2 Zulu departure after Oddvik.
Wow, it's foggy, I actually can't see... I can't see the runway. Like, normally you could see right down the edge of Gatwick, but it's so foggy.
Clear to Innsbruck on Oddvik departure.
But we can't see that end of the terminal, look, and those houses, it starts to fade away, that's great. I've never ever seen fog in this flight sim.
Confirm that's after Oddvik, Yankee 311 to Dover, that's Delta Victor Romeo, then as filed.
Delta Victor Romeo to Dover, and then squawk 1077, Easy 84.
Easy 884, I'll put it in text for you, and are you able flight level 310 for the cruise?
Flight level 310 would be great then, because Easy 884.
Sure.
Alright, so just heading down Juliet here.
I got a ground at a speedbird 9 Victor Alpha stand 33.
Cool. Obviously, it's quite a long taxi here at Gatwick. Unfortunately, it's a little bit long. We're always used to just having a long taxiway here at Gatwick. It's
second you stand, please.
If you go to 26 left, it's a really short taxi. If you go to 08 right, it's a really long taxi.
Clear destination Inver 1 Zulu departure 08 right, squawk 7024.
Okay, clear down to St. Lucia via the Inver 1 Zulu departure and squawk 7024, speedbird 9 Victor.
Good 9 Victor Alpha back right, Brake Skyways 478, no further ATC, Unicom 1228, goodbye.
Unicom 1228, Skyways 478, bye.
Yep.
Alright, over to Unicom then. No more ATC for us. London Central are online. I don't know whether we just briefly pass through their airspace later on. But there you go. So that's that. So now we've got a bit of a quick, well, a bit of a short little, well, not short, it's an alright taxi. In terms of Gothenburg, we have a Munich Airways, I think it's a virtual airline, inbound from Munich. It hasn't taken off yet. So we'll see what happens with that one. 7 planes on the ground in Gatwick now. It's nuts, isn't it, how Gatwick is. Now, I don't believe there's any plane approaching it. However, we will announce on there anyway. There you go, we can now see little trees and things that are around the side of Gatwick. So this game still looks pretty nice, that's the thing, you know? With things like Active Sky, this game can still look cool. and it has better live weather than the new flight. The new flight sim, the live weather is an absolute joke. It looks so nice, but it's so bad. Like, I looked at the METAR for Brussels when I was taking off from there, and it said that the clouds were broken at 1,000, scattered about 500. And at 24,000 feet, I still had thick cloud. It's like, no. That doesn't happen. You don't get thick cloud at 24,000 feet. I've been on many planes, and normally by about 12 or 13,000 feet, you're out of the cloud. That's just weird. Even by 5 or 6,000 feet, you can be out of the cloud. Sometimes it's not even cloudy. But in the new flight sim, it's always cloudy, unless you go somewhere sunny, and then it's always sunny. Well, I don't see any on our TCAS, but we'll announce anyway, I think. Once we pass Juliet 4, it's going to be a departure on the Frame 1 Zulu. Departing at maximum climb 5,000 until Detling, and then it'll be up to 6,000 until Frayne. However, that is only 5 miles between 5,000 and 6,000 restrictions. Yeah, we're going to go all the way around and then line up from Juliet. So this is Juliet 4 here. So we'll, and then we'll just advise that from that. Right. Gatwick traffic, Skyways 478, taking off 08 right on the Frame 1 Zulu departure. Gatwick traffic. Alright, so that's that. Okay, we're getting ready to take off now. So that means that our taxi lights are turned into takeoff lights, runway turn-offs turned on, and landing lights are on as well. And we can go ahead and line ourselves up on the runway here at Gatwick. There's the announcement from the flight attendants, basically saying that we've set everything up correctly, because that's what happens when you do the checklists. Obviously, I don't run the checklists anymore, the automated ones that are built in that do stuff for you. Okay, time to line up then on the runway. No one's approaching, so we're good. Very foggy here, actually, so we can't see an awful lot. Clouds are scattered at 200, so as soon as we take off, we're probably going to be into some thick cloud, and we'll probably be there for quite some time. Anyway, let's line ourselves up then on the runway. Get ready to depart Gatwick. So there we go, just line up and 40% and flex power set, SRS and runway. Start the clock. And away we go, into the mist, quite literally. $100 knots. There's V1, and rotate. We can only just see the terminal from here. Off we go, positive rate. Gear up. And into the cloud we go. Just like that. Normally I'd be looking out the window going, oh, Gatwick looks pretty from here. And yeah, we can't really see a lot, can we? And then this camera, especially not. This is probably the foggiest I've ever seen anything. Although, yeah, pretty thick cloud here. So, climbing up pretty nicely now. We can disarm the gland spoilers. And off go the takeoff lights. And there's 1,700 feet, climb power, and we'll pitch the plane down to gain some speed. And flaps up. And autopilot in. There we go. So, you can now see very thick cloud. We can barely see the edge of the wing, so that's interesting. Yeah, there we go. Look at us go through the cloud now. Overcast at 1,000 feet. I don't know where it stops. It shouldn't be too high up. Normally, I don't know, about maybe 7,000 feet break out of it. Obviously, we are going to be stuck at 5,000 for a short while here. By that, actually been quite a long time we're going to be stuck at 5,000 feet. Obviously, without ATC, we have to stick to restrictions on the departures. But it looks like 5,000 might actually be enough to just break out the clouds. That's quite rare. but it's looking like that might happen. No, not quite. We've partially broken out of the clouds. It's a little bit laggy because of all the clouds. That's the thing. Honestly, this game does not run great. I mean, you know, it runs somehow even worse than the new flight sim. That's the one downside. Not that the new flight sim runs particularly well either, but yeah, I mean, it's because it's a 32-bit game, to be fair. It's just not very well optimised. Right, let's go ahead and just get the weather loaded up for Gothenburg now. It's still overcast at 400. We should have a new weather update in about 10 minutes or so, next 5-10 minutes. And if it does get any lower, that might be an issue for us to start thinking about going somewhere else. If we can't see the runway by minimums. I believe with Gothenburg just having an ILS, it should just be standard minimums of 200 feet. We can also do an auto land in this aircraft, which takes the minimums down to like 50 feet, which is great. So we'll see what happens there. Right, there is the land look. So cloud is starting to lift. It looks like summer a little bit. It looks like the plains of Spain in this game. It's because it's autumn. So you've got autumn textures turned on, which do look a little bit like it's not been raining textures. And we have been given a contact me from London Central, so 127.1. London Control, hello, Skyways 478 at 5,000 on the frame 1 Zulu departure.
Skyways 478 London Control, hello, fly heading 035, climb flight level 170.
Heading 035, climb flight level 170, Skyways 478.
Ryanair 27 Charlie might descend, flight level 70.
There you go, he's going to give us a direct then after that, so that's good. Means we don't have to sit at that flight level for too long. Now, on passing 6,000, we'll go standard pressure as well. That's nice, we've been given a bit of a shortcut there then. I wasn't sure if we would get control from them, but we have. Standard pressure and...
Lufthansa Cargo 144, Foxtrot Roger via Golf 1, clear takeoff runway 09 at surface winds variable at 1.
Golf 1, clear takeoff 09 at Lufthansa Cargo 144, Foxtrot.
Ryanair 27 Charlie Mike 25 track miles remaining, descend to altitude
so it'll probably send us direct to like...
1021.
It'll probably send us direct to like Lapra. I think Lapra is where the control runs out, I think. It's somewhere around there, so it'll probably send us direct to that. Because obviously, I have done flights going north before, like if you go to Oslo and things, it's a very similar route out. You just go a little bit further, obviously Oslo's a bit further north.
1485 Amsterdam's offline, monitor Unicom 122.8, take care.
Unicom on 122.8, thank you, and bye-bye, Shonix 1485.
We're climbing nicely now. Nice, we've been given that little shortcut there. And you can see, look, it's just clouds surrounding Gatwick. Look at that. Am I supposed to believe that? But if I check, we're over, let's check London City. Yeah, clear. Wait, what? Wait, so Gatwick is foggy, and then the rest of London is clear. Am I supposed to believe that? Is that actually true? That's a bit weird.
Good morning, London Control. This is Etihad
okay.
37
right, line lights off.
With you, flight level 360.
That's been out about 10,000.
Etihad 37 Alpha London, hello, Dane 2 Alpha Manchester.
We'll be expecting the Dane 2 Alpha for Manchester. Thank you, Etihad 37 Alpha.
And Etihad 37 Alpha, can you just confirm your next waypoint you're going to?
And we will go ahead and go auto
yes, we're,
now
inbound,
on seatbelts.
Etihad 37.
Turn them off and then auto.
Etihad 37 Alpha, Roger, route direct, Woburn.
Direct to Woburn, Etihad 37 Alpha.
Skyways 478, climb flight level 240.
Climb flight level 240, Skyways 478. Well, I've been cleared to 240 now.
27 Charlie might turn
cruise
right,
is
heading 335, descend to altitude 3,000 feet.
Turn right, heading 335, descend to altitude 3,000 feet, Ryanair 27 Charlie Mike.
So we'll probably be given a direct on our route. It's nice, it saves us a little bit of time, that's good. Always nice to have some ATC, of course, after this. Don't think we'll have any more today. You never know. We've been quite lucky, really. We've had this time in the morning.
Golf Bravo Sierra India Mike London, hello, readability is 5.
Yeah, climbing quite nicely up here. No clouds to speak
Lufthansa
of.
Cargo 144 Foxtrot, report passing level.
Look, that's Gatwick, look, and then the rest of London. Is that actually true, though? Seriously?
Lufthansa Cargo
Don't
144
believe
Foxtrot,
that.
thank you, climb now, flight level 220.
I actually just don't believe it.
Come now, flight level 220, Lufthansa Cargo 144 Foxtrot.
Anyway. Yeah, quite been planning nicely. I don't know whether, I think we leave their airspace around Lapra, or I'm not sure. Can't quite work that out.
London Control, Sierra India Mike is at PA28 at...
I'm having a little look now. So we exit their airspace
direct to
about Lager.
EGBO.
However, I think that's...
Golf India Mike, roger, the airfield that you're at currently is outside my airspace.
We may leave their airspace at London
when
North.
you depart, then feel free to call up, but
I'm not quite sure. Anyway.
Roger, thank you. Thank you.
We should get a clearance to go higher soon, hopefully. There you go, so there's a bit more cloud over here, so maybe it's just the middle of London is okay.
Ryanair 27 Charlie might descend to altitude 2000.
There's some rain clouds there actually, though, or they're higher up.
2000, Ryanair 27 Charlie Mike.
Okay, Gothenburg, the weather's changed, it's now overcast at 500 feet, so the clouds are going up a little bit. So that's nice, hopefully that stays like that. The TAF report is saying that we're expecting overcast of 300 feet on 0707. Okay, so on the 7th day, which is today at 7:22 Zulu.
Skyways 478, resuming navigation direct Leadbow, climb, flight level 350.
Own navigation, direct Leadbow, climb flight level 350, Skyways 478. Alright, so direct to Leadbow,
Charlie
there we
Mike,
go.
right heading 060 degrees for base leg.
Quite a big shortcut there.
060 and stop base leg, Ryanair 27 Charlie Mike.
Nice big shortcut there, appreciate that. Cuts our ETA back a little bit, which is nice. So the TAF report is saying, yeah. We're expecting winds 220 at 7 knots, 6,000,
Ryanair
overcast.
27 Charlie Mike for planning the fields to your right.
Overcast 300. Temporary
Okay, field to the right report.
things are broken 500. Okay, yeah. I need to learn how to read TAF reports a little bit better, to be honest.
And 27 Charlie Mike, Ryanair 27
I
Charlie
think
Mike.
I understand, yeah. So it's from 7 o'clock until 10
foggy,
o'clock.
but visibility's
Yeah.
pretty fair.
2,000 broken 500, and then becoming again between 10 and 12 then. So we're going to be getting in
125 and
between 10 and 12. So we're looking at a weather of about broken 1,000 feet. So it's looking like the clouds are going up all day, if my TAF reading skills are correct. So that's okay. And he's given us quite a nice direct now. It's taken a little bit of time off our route, so that's quite cool. Obviously we're increasing speed all the time now, which is also quite nice. We'll be over to Unicom fairly soon, I suspect.
27 Charlie Mike, runway 15, cleared to land, surface winds variable 1 knot.
Clear to land runway 15, Ryanair 27 Charlie Mike.
So we're looking pretty good right now. Oh, we climbed just another 7,000 feet. FPS has improved massively. That's the thing with this game. The FPS around airports like Gatwick is often a bit poor. But then because of all the air traffic and things, once you actually get in the air, it massively improves. And also notice now, I think if you guys watched my Forza Horizon 4 video that was out yesterday, I believe, I'll say it again now, but that was going to be a Microsoft Flight Sim video, that little different game video, and halfway through the flight, above 40,000 feet, the business jet I was planning on flying started rocking from side to side. Within 5 minutes I felt very ill. I felt a bit sick, so I decided to abandon that idea and decide that no, the game is not yet ready. The autopilot issues, I don't know what's going on, they still haven't addressed them. After all the updates, it's a pain, okay? So that video, yeah, and I've been sitting here waiting on Discord. I've been checking it every day for new updates to the fly-by-wire A320 Neo, and it has been about a month since the last major update to that, so we're still waiting. So, yes, that's that, I guess. Well, you know, time will tell with that game, whether it is going to work or not. But for now, we're still here in FSX having a great time, so I don't mind. We've got 1,040 hours logged on here now. You know, that's more and more all the time, so I'll take that. I'm suspecting we'll be handed off to Unicom around here quite soon, right?
Lufthansa Cargo 144, Foxtrot, nothing further unfortunately, monitor Unicom 122.8.
We're still over the UK at the moment, but that'll change quite soon. This thing's doing typical Airbus climb look, and the climb rate will increase slightly. Also we have got a plane 6,000 feet above us, apparently. That's Etihad 37 Alpha, I believe, heading down to Manchester. That's not a problem for us, that's alright. It's because we've got our TCAS set to above mode, so it puts
this is
them up.
Speedbird 812 at Heathrow. Do you cover Heathrow?
Speedbird 812 negative, unfortunately. However, if when you depart you are routing northbound or northeasterly, then please contact me once ever.
Okay, copy that. Thanks a lot. See ya.
I think he does. If you look on the chart that I've got off Vatsim UK's website, Heathrow is in London Central's airspace. I don't know why they always say that. I think they're just trying to get out of control in Heathrow because it's too busy. It's chaos. I mean, if a centre tries to control Heathrow, it is chaos. I mean, like, because they're having to hold everything, they have to do all to the Heathrow, which is obviously, it's not what they do in the real world. I can kind of get it. Okay, I'm just adjusting my headphones a little bit. Anyway, we're going up to cruise now. We're just about to reach Mach 0.78, so we should be on to max speed mode now, right? There we go, I think there you go, the speed has started going down, look, with the Mach number, which has increased our climb speed about 200 feet per minute from what it was. It was 1,200 feet per minute. This thing climbs like a snail. We're only going up to 350, so it won't take us too long.
Ryanair 27 Charlie Mike, welcome to Birmingham. You can taxi standard choice, have a good morning.
Taxi standard choice. Thanks for your time and service this morning. Have a good day. Ryanair 27 Charlie Mike. Bye bye.
No worries, ET. Thanks for flying.
Oh, Red, I was just wondering actually, how come?
478, nothing further unfortunately. Monitor Unicom 122.8. Take care.
Unicom 122.8. Skyways 478. Goodbye. I was just wondering, the maximum altitude that this thing can go to is about 40,000 feet. So why does that go to 49? weird. Yeah, climbing pretty nicely at about 1400 feet per minute, so it'll only be another minute now and then we'll be up at cruise. We're going to put the TCAS into normal mode now. Because we're basically cruise altitude, nothing in the area anyway. And we haven't got any more sort of planes either. Now in terms of wind along the flight today, let's have a little look. We're looking at... Okay, the wind charts never work on SimBrief as soon as you zoom in. Oh, there you go. Don't worry. So we're looking at getting about a 50 knot tailwind all the way along, which is quite nice actually. If I can show you guys. No, that's Navigraph. I don't think I have a display capture for that. Okay. So it's we're going to be getting about a 40 knot tailwind, and then around at Beckmo, so it's a 50 knot tailwind, and it's going to be about the same then all the way. Actually, it's up to about 55, 60 knots as we get closer to Sweden. So we have a very nice bit of wind today. It's 45 knot tailwind, which we've got 42 at the moment, so that's about accurate. In terms of significant weather, we have, I don't believe any today. No, so it's a very nice day for weather, really, pretty calm. Obviously the weather is a little bit cloudy, however it's all looking fairly alright. Right, we're now at cruise. We are looking at descending 400 miles, so we're descending in about 50 minutes. So that's alright. We'll get our charts up now for Gothenburg. Right, so we're looking at the Maker 3 Sierra. That's that one. So we come in from Maker, we need to be below flight level 230, is that correct? Yes. Then we head to GG 904, where we need to be below 8,000. No, it needs to be above 8. Yes, above 8,000. And then we come to GG 903, we need to be above 5,000. GG 415, and then we start a little arc turn. Not quite an arc, it's a little right and then another right. So we need to be above 3,000, maximum 230 knots. And then at 3,000, at GG 410. Nope, sorry, CI21 3000. Okay, and that leads us directly onto the ILS then. This particular star hasn't been changed in 2 years. We've also got the Maker 3 Tango that they could give us. If we have any ATC, that is basically a holding. Actually, that leads us to a holding pattern. So they'd only use that in high traffic density periods. And this one was used at low traffic density periods. Hello in the chat. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Obviously, there's no planes down in Gothenburg, so we'll be given that one. And then in terms of an ILS, just put that in there. There's a temporary chart. So what's that for? Why is there a temporary chart? What's the difference? I don't know why there's a temporary chart. They've got the same frequencies on them, so we'll just go with the regular one. Minimums are 200 feet above the ground, and Cat 3 is available, so that's fine. And then airport and parking stands. We've got on. Also, we've got a very nice little scenery for Gothenburg. It's quite nice. I've flown there once before. It's quite nice freeware scenery. I haven't flown there on the street, but it's one of those nice ones that's got like custom textures and things. It actually looks alright. So there we go. And now we're just heading along. And yeah, it's probably going to be a runway 21 down Gothenburg, but we'll just check that on flight radar. I should imagine that's what it's going to be. We'll just check live ATC as well. See if they have an ATIS for Gothenburg. I doubt they do. They're mainly in the US. Yeah, they don't have Gothenburg. Okay. Why are you saying don't swear in the chat? Anyway. Right, got quite a bit of traffic in and out of Gothenburg, actually. So that's quite nice. The last plane to land there was 23 minutes ago, and it was from Heathrow. And it used runway 21. So yeah, it's what we're going to be using. They're using 21 down there. So that's fine. Seriously, what you want about in the chat? Oh. I didn't see that on my phone. Oh, okay. Right, we're reporting that then. There we go. I don't know what I was about. For some reason, it wasn't showing up on my phone. Yeah. There you go. I don't know what they're doing, to be honest. It wasn't showing up on my phone. I've turned on my phone. My phone was on chat that filters out spam. I put it on live chat now, so that won't happen. Right, 466 miles to go to Gothenburg. Let's get the minimums plugged in, I guess. They are 706, 200 feet above the ground. That won't be a problem for the weather. And the transition altitude down there is going to be 5,000. And the weather, has that changed or not? It was 300 seconds the timeout. I can't change how long it is, by the way. It's just... that's it. I can ban people, I believe, although I'm not totally sure. I just click timeout and it just does it for 300 seconds automatically. And it got reported. But anyway, QNH is 1024. It's 9 degrees now, so it's got a little bit colder. And wind is 210 at 11 knots, so slightly... Yeah, I don't know who that person is in the chat, but there we go. Not tolerated on the Mad Chili channel, sorry. That's why YouTube has timeout, people. Yeah, it's not very cloudy above the North Sea here today, considering how cloudy it was down in Gatwick, and how cloudy it is down in Gothenburg. There you go. Very sunny here. Now, there's no more ATC, I don't believe, for the rest of today, so that's all we're getting, I think. I'm having a look at Gothenburg. There is the plane from Munich, and it's still on the ground. Munich is about 580 miles away. No, 560 miles, so we're much closer to Gothenburg than them right now anyway, so we're not going to be bothered by them. They have just taken off from Munich now. They're in the air now, but we're going to be there probably about 20-30 minutes ahead of them easily. So that should be no problem. Yeah, it's looking alright right now. Maybe. I've actually got a 747 in this flight. I guess you got the default one. Although I reckon the default 747 in this game would not go that high. It's also, I think that cruise altitude might only be for the 800. It's the 400 that's in the game. I don't know, but yeah. But if that person in the chat doesn't come back. Quite good here at 35,000 feet. I think the timeout of that person now will have expired, I think. So if we see them back, yeah, FSX 2020 is a joke for physics. Like the business jets have a maximum altitude of 45,000 feet. If you take them anywhere near 40,000, the altitude starts going mad. The autopilot starts going mad, and also the speed. They're meant to be able to cruise at Mach 0.82, and the speed suddenly becomes limited, so you can only do about 220 knots, which is ridiculous. It's about 260 in real life, not 220. So I don't know what's going on with that sim. Even the sim itself, if you look at the stats of the plane, it says 260 knots is the cruise speed for indicated airspeed. It's really silly. So I don't really understand what goes on there. It's the new game has ridiculous physics. One thing I'll have to try with the new game is maybe try it on. I've only just thought of this now, but if you try it on the FSX simulation preset, so it changes how the planes fly, I'll have to try that out. I haven't done that, but I've got it on simulation flying right now, which obviously doesn't feel very simulation-like. So maybe if I change it to more arcadey, like this game, FSX, which isn't arcadey, it's quite funny, really. The game that says it has simulation physics is rubbish for physics. But obviously that still not be correct, because to be fair, the flight model of planes in this game isn't great. Obviously this plane isn't part of this game, it's an add-on. So it won't have the same flight model. It will have a more realistic one, so it might just be that case, I don't know. Yeah, it's citation longitude, I think, in the game. That's the one that can go to 45,000 feet, the longitude. I don't know much about business jets really, but the longitude can go to that, I think. Really? Yeah, maybe that's not great. I haven't really bothered with the 787 because, well, I just really can't be bothered with the performance of that thing. It's so laggy. But yeah, it would surprise me that the physics in that new game need some work. And it's really weird, you know, I've been looking at the development blogs that Asobo have been doing, and they just don't even look like they do. On their feedback snapshot of all the issues that they want to fix, if you look at it, they all say backlog. Apart from about two that say update 9, one that says update 6, and then all the others just say backlog. It's really silly. Why did the throttle just twitched then? There, I think we're alright. I don't know what happened there. Ooh, sandwiches. Can I have one? So they'll serve sandwiches to the people in the back, but not me. What's the suggestion for a video? But yeah, don't know how to try out. The new flight sim at the moment is, as I said, being a little bit of a problem. I haven't really played it, to be honest. In the last 2 weeks, I've booted it up about 3 times to try and play it. And every time it just ends in me just getting annoyed with it, really. Because there's not really such thing as planes that handle well in that game. They're way too sensitive. Yeah, along the North Sea right now, quite nice. We're looking at weather down in Gothenburg. It hasn't changed since the update. We've had one update since Gatwick, and that hasn't changed just yet. No ATC, sadly. I don't think we're going to get any somehow, which is a bit of a shame, but never mind. See. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've got no ATC now. And yeah, so we're going to be flying over, we're going to be passing Denmark, and then flying into Sweden. Is it in the new flight sim actually? Is it a 172 or a 182 that's in the game? I'm pretty sure it's a 182, isn't it? In the new one. There's the 152 and then the 182. I think they have. I think. Might be wrong. Right, in terms of landing in Gothenburg, we're going to land on runway 21. Probably going to vacate on Charlie, and then just taxi. I don't know whether Fly UK have a specific stand, do they? Okay, 19, 20, 21, so it's going to be any of those. That's fine. Okay. There's an event going on in Austria today, you know. I haven't looked, but Vienna's got full ATC. I should have flown to Austria, shouldn't I? Austria's definitely got an event on. Looking at the amount of ATC it has. Yeah. Should have done that. Finally, Austria 2020. All of Austria is in service all weekend. They're mad. That's great. Vienna's absolutely nuts, and then they've also got Salzburg online, and Linz, and Innsbruck. Yeah, I think the Cessna 172 tends to cruise about that, about 8,000. Well, if you're doing VFR, it's just 3,500 normally. Something about that. Right, we have 357 miles left to go to Gothenburg, descending in about half an hour, so we've got a little bit more time to cruise. Weather for Gothenburg's looking alright. 600 feet now, so yeah, the clouds are rising constantly, so that's quite nice. It's still 9 degrees, so everything else is the same. Wind is now back to 10 knots. I don't know about the battery question, I have no idea. Who knows? I'm making a little right turn now. We're out of UK air. That was technically all of that was in UK airspace. I don't know why London didn't contact us because they were online. I guess it. I think the airspaces are slightly different to what they say they are. If you look on that spy or signal brief, they're definitely slightly different. Well, if I look at what do you call it? Forgetting what it's called now. If you look at, yeah, we're in Scottish airspace right now. If you look at the charts on Navigraph, they do also say that's where London control runs out. Okay, the guy I timed out earlier is back. No more silly comments, or literally, you will be banned. Alright. There we go. So, there. Yeah, they've now been. They can walk. They can still walk the streams, but they've been banned from chatting. Everything they send in the chat should now be deleted. So hopefully they will stop that now. Also, Scottish Control have just come online. We are briefly in Scottish airspace. I doubt they'll deal with us. We're literally in Scottish airspace for probably about a minute. You know, like 2 minutes. So they probably won't bother with us at all. I don't know what's going on with that in the chat today. There we go. Right, 320 miles to go now until Gothenburg. That's nice. I'm not going to get any ATC from Scotland, I don't think. Unfortunately, never mind. Yeah, he has been banned. I don't know how long it lasts, 100%, but it has, as I said, it's been hidden, so everything he chats now should just get deleted. Hopefully. I've reported it to YouTube as well, so there we go. Some people don't learn, do they? Come on, they're silly, and then you time them out and they come back to exactly the same thing. What do they expect? There you go. That's that, I guess, isn't it? Oh, there's another Skyways on the ground in Oslo, heading for Gothenburg. It's a -8. Haven't taken off just yet, they haven't. That's interesting. Might get another Skyways down there. Obviously, because they're in Oslo, they're not very far away. They are in a -8, so they'll be slow. But yeah, because we're already halfway to Oslo ourselves. We just passed Sopto, 43 minutes into the flight. And that means we're bang on time. Great. So our slight shortcut didn't really save us any time then, did it? Or at least based on what Simbrief said, it didn't. As I said, he's not banned. They're not banned from watching the stream. They're just banned from chatting. I can't ban people from actually watching the stream. The only options I have are to either time somebody out or hide them from the channel. They're the only options I have. So, but we've done that now, so it's okay. Yeah, so hidden is basically like basically a mute that lasts forever, I think. I think that's basically what it is. I think it counts for commenting as well, though, not just chatting in streams. I think it counts for commenting. Don't really know much, really. I've never really had that before. People being like that on chat, but there we go. I think I might have made it once before, thinking about it. There you go. Doesn't matter. If there's a second account, we can just keep banning that one as well. I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? It's just people trying to be a bit silly on the internet. It's kind of normal. What's this from the cabin crew?
Hello, Captain. I have some sandwiches for you.
Oh, no. I said about 10 minutes ago when they were serving sandwiches, I was like, oh, I wonder if I get sandwiches now. Well, there you go. That's nice. I think in the professional version, if you keep the table open, you get sandwiches pop up on here. I'm not sure if it happens in this version, though. That's quite cool. Anyway, right, we should be descending quite soon, I should imagine, right? Yeah, 20 minutes. Okay. Okay, it's now overcast at 600 feet. So yeah, the clouds are always rising. That's good. Obviously, it means that we're hopefully going to get started the runway a bit sooner, which is a bonus. Looks like we're going to be in Gothenburg about 20 minutes ahead of the plane from Munich, so that's alright. That's looking good. And then yeah, once we land, a couple of restrictions down in Gothenburg. I will just check actually how early we're descending. Looking like 107 miles. So that's a little bit late actually than normal. The minimum would be 105, so it's quite close to the minimum. But that's alright, I guess, isn't it? It's probably because of the restrictions. So it doesn't really matter. We're fine with that. We've just come in range of... Oh yeah, because Poland's also having an event. So yeah, we probably would have been a bit more wise to fly from Warsaw to Vienna today. Since that both Poland and Austria are having massive events on. I just didn't check. Maybe I should have. I should have checked if there was events. I didn't check if there were events on. But I think I should have. Oh well. It doesn't matter. It's fun anyway. We had a decent bit of ATC out of London anyway, so... I'm happy with that. I was just taking advantage of the new winter schedules that FlyUK have. The ATR we were flying last week as well. Some of them have now moved over to Australia. So no, and I think it's New Zealand actually. But yeah, they've moved over to New Zealand, and also sadly the shorter routes we were doing in the 787 for the Australian part of FlyUK, so Topa Sky, they've now gone. And the 787-9s have gone over to the UK base, and the 787-8, which there were less of, have gone over to the Australian base. They've swapped over, so for this now you can actually fly domestically in a 787-9 for FlyUK rather than a 787-8. It's only a small change. It does mean less flights. I'm going to check now, but yeah, which flights we can still do in the 787-8 now it is. But last time I checked, I don't believe there was a lot you could do anymore, unfortunately, in terms of the Australian routes. I'm having a little check now, so 2 to 3 hours, and it should just show up as, yeah, now, the only route that's still there is Cairns to Brisbane. That's the only route that you can do, unfortunately. A little bit of a shame. And under 2 hours, there is... the Auckland to Christchurch route is still there as well, and that's literally it. There's a lot less you can do now, which is it is a shame. But they've done that, and then 3 to 4 hours there's nothing. So yeah, there's no short flights now. Oh well. Never mind. There we go. Have a look outside. I guess we haven't had too much looking outside. It's very cloudy all of a sudden. We're just about to head over Denmark, I believe. Yeah, just coming up to Denmark now, so that's nice. That's the land we see in the distance then. That means we're closing in on Gothenburg and Scandinavia. Right, it should be descending in about 14 minutes. Yeah, 13, 14 minutes, about 115 miles. I've already looked at all the stuff on approach. I think everything else is all done. Obviously, we don't need to look at any of the approach frequencies or anything because that is already done by the plane, by the Airbus. Has been a bit of a weather update. Nope. We're going to get a new weather update in about 5 to 10 minutes, I should think. We'll set water brakes medium, I think. Actually, it's an 11,000 foot runway, so we'll go water brakes low. It's quite a long runway then down in Gothenburg. Although I would like to be vacated by Charlie. I think we can still do that even with low water brakes. I think that should still work. ETA is looking at like roughly 11 o'clock down in Gothenburg. That's quite nice. Right now it's quite nice. No ATC, but just kind of cruising along. A little bit of cloud. That's why I like this game, really. This game is a pretty cool looking game. I hope you guys are enjoying the iRacing content, and of course be sure to like this stream if you are enjoying. Recently, in the last week actually, I've gained 4 subscribers. We're up to 133 now, so I thank you guys for that very much. Seems the iRacing content is quite popular, particularly that Mazda race I did. That's got 152 views now, which is pretty nuts. They've all been getting a fair amount though. They've all been getting at least 10, if not 20. And the Forza Horizon 4 video that came out, that's got 5, sorry, in just 18 hours. So very impressed with that. I hope you guys are enjoying that then, obviously. And then maybe next week I'm thinking maybe we'll do an iRacing stream. I'm not sure. Maybe that's a pretty good idea to have a go at. I don't know. Everyone is, of course, enjoying the stream. Pretty good, about 17 views so far today, 17 little clicks on the stream, that's good. Despite the chat interference earlier on. It's quite a chill little last bit of this, really, hasn't it? Chill last bit of this stream, really. Last bit of the flight. It's a cool length flight, really. This, about 600 miles. It's kind of quite perfect, really. I mean, because thanks to the wind, we're actually gaining a little bit of time. It's supposed to be 640 miles, but because of the wind, it works out being 581 in terms of time, which is pretty decent, quite nice. We should be about 25 minutes from Gothenburg now, about 25-30 minutes. The Skyways on the ground in Oslo has not left, so that won't be around us when we land. We also got Munich Airways, München Airways I think it's called. Yeah, München Airways taking off from Munich. So that's, you know, that's about 20 minutes behind us, so that's fine. Really. That's about it. In terms of traffic, oh, there's our top of descent actually, showing up on our map, I believe. Yes, so that means we're not that far away. It's saying 7 minutes. You can see it on there though. Okay, you know what? One thing we haven't done yet is look at our arrival on here. So it'll be coming in, as I've said, coming in and just sort of basically, it's almost like a traffic pattern to be honest. Joining it and then just basically going in a circle around the airfield and eventually landing. It's quite nice really. No discounts at all, nothing like that. And then the go around path, there isn't really a go around path. It's just climb straight ahead to 3000. So that's kind of quite nice. So we're going not far then from the end of the flight. Flown by really, only 170 miles, obviously a bit of a steep descent I think, looking at the distance that we're descending from the airfield. Like the later parts of the descent might be a little bit strong, I don't know. Hour and a half into the stream, be sure to smash that like button of course, if you are enjoying the stream. I hope everybody is. I don't think anybody's watching now anyway, I think there's one or two. Anyway. I'll have the wind down in Gothenburg, I think. No, it hasn't changed yet. Okay. Active Sky is always a little delayed with the metals, so we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, quite nice. They go descending. Where's A? Is that Aalborg? Is AA out? That VOR point. So that's quite nice, I guess. It means we are coming to the end of Denmark already. That hasn't taken long, has it? It really hasn't taken very long. But there you go. Right, descending in about, well, under 40 miles now, so we're going to go ahead and plug in our descent altitude. We're going to initially descend to 8,000, because that's the first restriction. We've got to be above 8,000 at a certain waypoint. So that's where we're descending to. Transition altitude is 5,000, and QNH is 1024 when we do get down there. That's okay, descending in about 27 miles now, 28 miles. So, not long. This flight has absolutely flown by. But there we go. Pun not intended. Just realised the pun after I said it. Oh well. Yeah, pun not intended there. Anyway. And the Skyways from Oslo's just taken off. However, as I said, it's just left now and it's in a Dash 8. So obviously it won't be as quick. So we'll probably have Gothenburg to ourselves. We'll still be announcing on Gothenburg traffic, just in case, I suspect. Better weather off to the left, however, because of the weather radar settings, this thing sets by auto, generally ends up with weather showing that maybe it shouldn't show, so we'll see about that. Yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Also, I think I might do a video about it, but what kind of, you know, what's a bit, would you like more iRacing on the channel or something else? I don't know. You can see it, we can see, I guess. Okay, right, I think it's time to descend about now in just 7 miles. Yep, so we're going to be heading down into Gothenburg. The Dash 8, it's up to speed and it's going to be there about probably 40 minutes behind us, I think. It's just up to speed, it's getting up to speed. It does slow a little bit on speed to increase, but not a lot. Obviously, the Dash 8 isn't massively fast when compared to something like this. Obviously. Right, it's time for us to start descending about now then, I think. Actually, another 2 miles, apparently. So a little bit longer just yet. Got a bit more crosswind now. 70 knot winds. Wow, that's some strong wind. Anyway, just getting ready to activate descent mode. It should be when the wings are parallel with that white thing there on the map. We'll activate it now, just in time, look. Just as, because obviously it's good for the plane to get to 1,000 feet per minute descent rate, just as it picks up the pink dot. Means I don't have too much of a dive into the descent then. There we go, it's just picked it up now, great. And down we go for Gothenburg. We are now descending. 8,000 is the first target, down to 40 nautical mile range now on there, just so we can see what on earth we're doing. And we've only got 100 miles to go to Gothenburg, so not that far at all, really. If you go direct, it's 70 miles. However, obviously we're using runway 21, which is slightly different. The new weather for Gothenburg is exactly the same as the weather before it. Still overcast at 600, so we're going to have a bit of low cloud, but overall not too bad. That's the last weather report I think we'll get before we get down to Gothenburg. So, because we're only about 19 minutes from Gothenburg now. Not that long to go. It's all fine. No ATC at the moment, so that's all fine. I wasn't expecting any anyway. Although Sweden Control have actually been online a lot of mornings before. It's quite frequent that Sweden Control jump online, so we may still get them. I don't think we enter Sweden until Kuvus. I think that's where we enter Sweden. No, we enter Sweden at the Star, actually. That's where we enter it, at Mika. That's the border to Sweden in the air, so we're not technically in Sweden right now. We're in Denmark. We've just crossed over. I can't exactly tell where Denmark ends and the sea starts because of the cloud. However, according to Navigraph, we are over sea right now. If we look at the terrain, you can see we are over sea. Then there's little bits of land that for some reason aren't being coloured. Don't really know why. I've seen this in real life. They actually have the terrain rider on all the time. I've noticed. I don't have it on all the time, but I've watched a few pilots on YouTube who film in the cockpit, and they have it on all the time. Keep it on, see what it looks like, I guess. Although it does get rid of the weather radar. I think in real life they have the weather radar on one, then the terrain on the other. However, because it is not the professional version of this plane, it's one or the other. The screens are connected, like they are in the new flight sim, to be fair. Obviously, as I said, this is the first plane I ever bought for this flight, so I bought it off Steam rather than the professional version from Aerosoft. It's a lot cheaper, and you still get a very decent plane, though. It still has VNAV, all these things. Literally every single one of them is clickable. You know, so it's not totally bad, is it? I mean, all these IRS buttons work. All these things work, all the batteries work, so there's still plenty of things that work. Obviously, the seatbelt signs work. I mean, Sobo couldn't even be bothered to put seatbelt signs in. I mean, seriously. Kind of essential, I think, but there we go. And we're safely going to be below flight level 230 at Maker. That's easy. So that's absolutely fine. Yeah, it's pretty nice FPS actually, getting about 40 FPS, which is about what I get on the new flight sim with high settings on this PC. So fairly, but they run about the same, so that's not too bad, is it? There we go, we're below flight level 230, that's fine. Yeah, once we get to about, obviously below 5,000, so that's transition altitude, it's going to be 1024, the pressure. See, there's Gothenburg showing up, so we're within 40 miles of Gothenburg Airport. Obviously, we're taking a bit of a detour, obviously to match up with the runway. Obviously, I think I will shorten the turn onto the ILS. I can get rid of waypoints GG415 and GG414. So I think we'll do that. Obviously, in real life, they always look for places to shorten it as much as they can, so I'm looking to do that in the sim as well. That's cut out, 8 miles, so that's fuel we've saved. Obviously that's what they do in the real world. Yeah, I've actually been looking at the planes landing in Gothenburg. They get, in real life, you generally get vectors with ATC. It's just that there's no obviously no room for that in the real world, really. No, in Vatsim, I mean, there's not enough controllers for getting vectors everywhere. Now, I think we might end up being slightly too high, so if I remove the restriction... Actually, no, because we've got to be above 3,000 over there, so it's fine. No, I'm going to remove the restriction at GG903. I'm going to remove that. Helps us with the descent rate then. We've got to be above 8,000. If we've got to be above 8,000, why are we descending so nuts? Hopefully that stops. Right, seatbelt signs on. Right, we've still got 20 miles. We've got to be above 8,000 in that time. I think we're starting to catch up with our vertical profile. Obviously, we will have to, actually that reminds me, we will have to basically stop descending at about 10,000 feet, so it's not that extreme. And we are catching back up with our little pink dot now. I've made that change to the arrival, obviously because there is no traffic used in Gothenburg. They use different stars as well based on traffic density as well, which I think is quite interesting. But yeah, there's no point doing the full turn if we don't need to. Save some time, you know. And there's literally no other traffic in the area either, so that's good. Right, down to 20 nautical mile range on there now. Current's 10,000, where we'll have to slow down. You can see the area of Gothenburg is basically thick, all just coated in cloud, so we may be a bit of a late disconnect on the autopilot. Okay, oh, where I have the speed brakes out, we'll track them now. I forgot to slab them out, actually. So yeah, we've shortened our turn, basically, onto the ILS by a little bit, which overall will decrease the amount of time our trip takes, and also fuel burn and things like that. Right, we're just slowing down now. I don't know, I think this thing's we've only got another 3,000 feet to descend, and we've got 10 miles to do it. Don't think that's quite accurate. Guys, the buttons on our FMC have stopped. Okay, that one works. Okay, does this work? Oh boy. Alright, we'll have to do without this FMC then, it's just failed. I don't know what's happened. It has literally just failed, it's just, yeah. Oh, there you go. Popping it back out of its thing works. Great. Don't know what happened there. I was looking round and then just suddenly it decided that. Oh, right, landing lights on. Why are we so far off course? What's just happened to this plane? This plane is seriously messed up. Right, we're going to go direct to GG903 because it's totally missed that first waypoint. I don't know what it's doing. Right, 3,000 is set in there now. That does skip out the restriction now, I guess. I don't really know what the plane was thinking there. It just totally missed. It literally missed. Just went straight on, and the FMC froze at the same time. I think the plane had a bit of a problem there. Don't quite know what happened with that one. There you go. Right, we'll set this QNH on here to 1024 so we can see it. The gains is about 300 feet, so not too bad. So that's not the QNH that matters, it's the one that's set in here that matters. No weather update since we've last checked, so we're good to land with that. And yeah, so we're looking at 600 feet overcast. So we'll keep an eye on the terrain, I think. Don't think there's no high terrain near Denmark, near Gothenburg, so we can leave that. Weather radar we'll go ahead and turn off because it's going to be a bit too bright, a bit too heavy around here. Yeah, 5,000 transition actually with all the clouds and everything. But no, it's alright. Yeah, a lot of clouds. It's like Gatwick again, apart from small little spots. Very cloudy. I opened one of those small spots. Although Gothenburg Airport is just about there, and we can't see it, so yeah. Because obviously we're heading along basically in the traffic pattern to 903. Then we're going to make a right turn, and then on the right turn then. And then we'll be on to the ILS for Gothenburg then. Basically got Gothenburg to ourselves, so we'll just report on that when we need. And coming up on 5,000, so we'll set QNH 1024 now. The plane thinks we're slightly too high, so it's descending a little bit. Perfect. And then we're going to make a right turn, get the landing systems turned on, 108.5. Sometimes this plane does get this wrong, so it's correct. NGG is what it's called, so that's the one it's picking up, and that is correct. Flying to Nuremberg, it always gets it wrong. I don't know why, but Nuremberg gets the frequency wrong. So you need to change it. It does happen sometimes. And there's no way of really viewing it until you activate it, so it's a good idea to look at it. And we want to get approach armed now, and we're already on the localizer, so I'm about 10 miles now. Gothenburg traffic, Skyways 478 established, ILS 2110 miles out. Gothenburg traffic. So just basically letting people know that we're there. Right, time to slow ourselves down then for Gothenburg. So we want to be doing about 210, they say 200 knots at this stage, and that'll, we can arm the ground spoilers now. Go around altitude 3,000, so it'll stay like that. This thing can just start to slow itself down now. Hopefully, it's not doing so. I've told it I want it to be a bit slower, but it's not really listening, is it? Okay, it's listening now. No, it's not listening. What's going on? Why is it not listening to us? Oh, there you go. It's listening to us now. It wasn't slowing down. There we go. It is now. Right, flaps 1 is set, and we are now turning on to the localizer perfectly. That's all fine. I don't know why it's putting that massive arc onto the. We don't need that. I don't know what it's doing. Right, 180 knots. I think we'll set. And we go, right, flaps 2 as well. And there we go. Oh, that's not overcast. That's not overcast. Well, there we go. The weather was wrong. Or I think Active Sky may have broken. That's... Oh, okay. We'll just ignore that. That weather does not look realistic, but whatever. Right, down to 160 on the speed. And then we'll go final approach speed a bit later. Final approach speed is 129. That's a little bit low, isn't it? That looks a little bit low. I'm going to say 134. 129 is a little bit low. I know we're a bit light today, but that's a bit too light. That's a bit too low for me. And gear down. As we are just 8 miles out. And I'll say we're 6 miles out on Vatsim now, because we're just approaching it. Gothenburg traffic, Skyways 478, 6 mile final. Gothenburg traffic. Well, that's the last bit of notifying people need. Don't need any more. We're on final, we're good. And when we're about 4 or 5 miles out, we'll reduce the speed a little bit. it's a bit windy, a bit more windy than Active Sky said it was. It looks really nice though, this. I mean, you can see the snow and then little bits of cloud, and I mean, it was very cloudy when we went over, so I guess the clouds have just cleared. We'll check the metal, because there was a new metal due to come in at 10:50, and even though Active Sky doesn't register it, it might still put that in as the active weather. Yeah, quite weird, really. But we've gone final approach speed now. As we approach the airport, obviously auto throttle until landing with this plane. Autopilot off. And there we go. So yeah, it's a 17 knot wind, but it's basically a headwind, so there's no problem for us. Nothing on the ground down in Gothenburg, so no problem. Just gonna put the plane down a little bit. We're a little bit high on the glide slope apparently, although the PAPI lights are looking alright from here. Yeah, very calm wind, really, not too much of an issue. Obviously, it's quite heavy, the wind, but it's kind of, it's all headwind, and obviously as we get lower as well, it'll start to go down anyway. Now, once we land down there, we're going to be using gate number 21. And we're going to use, I don't know, Swedavia, I guess. Don't think it really matters. Now, oh, that's a nice runway texture. I forgot that this had that. It looks like a really nice runway texture. It's a really nice scenery, this. It is actually quite nice. Yeah, it's not payware quality, but it's very nice. The textures themselves are very good. Right, no blue on the ECAM. That means we've armed the spoilers and done everything correctly. I think we're a bit too low. I think we're alright. The glide slope's saying we're okay. The PAPI lights are saying slightly too high, actually. Oh, there you go. It's because the landing zone, for some reason, on the runway, look, the landing things are very early on in the runway. So you basically want to touch down as soon as the runway starts, which is a bit strange. But that's what the runway marks are saying. I mean, we are a little bit too high.
400. 100 above. 300.
Right, there we go. Yeah, I don't think we're too high, though. I think we're alright.
200. Minimum.
There we go. There's minimum to continue.
100. 70. 60. 50.
Final power.
40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Well, how was that minus 400 feet per minute? That felt quite good. Okay, reverses out. I don't know, that felt alright to me. Anyway, there you go, low water brakes, obviously. Right, stop the clock there. 1 hour 27 minutes. 70 knots, reverses in. Looks like we'll be able to vacate for Delta even with the low water brakes. Right, there we go. Disarm the spoilers. Flaps in. Gothenburg traffic, Skyways 478 vacated on taxiway Delta. Oh dear, got a duplicated announcement going on. That was just a freeze when GSX loads in. I forgot that you need to press something special to get this thing to turn after you land. Right, landing lights off, taxi lights on, APU on, and there we go. Hello and welcome everyone to Gothenburg. I don't know, I thought it was going to be a bit smoother landing than that. And you can see the wonderful scenery. I think the taxiways do slightly overlap because of my I have a DLC that changes how some of the taxiways look to make them look better. But overall, you've got custom terminal buildings. Fair enough that the jetways don't really move or anything, but it's very nice. You've got full textures on the ground and things. It's a very nice looking scenery. But there we go. We've made it 1 minute longer than Simba we've said. Despite our shortcut back in London and our shortcut in Gothenburg, but there we go. I don't know what Active Sky is thinking with the weather. This definitely is not overcast. Right, we're going to taxi down. Actually, is there like a restriction where you can't go? I think they're one way. No, okay, yeah, it's fine. They are one way. No, I thought the taxiways were one way, but they're all right. Oh no, so there we go. For stands 22 through 23, 30 32, wait. Yes, we want to enter via taxiway Echo, apparently. There is no taxiway Echo. I'm a little bit confused about that. We'll just take the turn that's closest to our gate, I guess. It's not very obvious. So we'll take a right here and then taxi in. Yeah, there isn't a taxiway. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, does it? I think where we come in. I'll say it's by taxiway Juliet. Okay, well, if it's Juliet or Kilo, it doesn't really. This is Kilo, I think, actually. So, and then there'll be a left turn then onto the apron area. I know they've sort of got a one-way system going here, but not a lot. It's just kind of normal. Right, land system's off. And there we go. That's a pretty good flight, actually. I really enjoyed that. This is so you've got slightly different textures, and then you've got this really nice sort of like you can see exactly what each stand is. I know it's not payware quality, but it's something different, and I think it looks quite cool. With all the custom markings and custom buildings. It's a cool little scenery, this, for free. Right, stand 21, we're taxiing into. There they are, look. Got the stairs ready to go. Taxi to the right now, on to stand 21, pulling in. And there we go, pretty cool little flight, that. Hope everyone enjoyed the stream, of course. Very thick taxiway markings I've noticed as well. Don't know if it's quite like that in real life, is it? Who knows? Excuse the smoke off the wheels, that just always happens for some strange reason. Alright, I've gone slightly too far here because I've been trying to line up with the thing. There we are, we're alright. I don't think we're actually too far though, because we're bang on the line, look. Anyway. APU should be good, yep. So, TCAS could be turned off. Engine can go off. There's a Lufthansa in the area, I don't know where that's going. It's flying to Oslo, okay. And there we go. Engine 2, engine 1. And request deboarding. There we go, there's the PT marking away to tell us that we've finished our flight. This one on the ground surfaces, traffic cones and wheel chocks, parking brakes off. And there we go, external power now on. External power on, APU off, all the lights off and the fuel pumps off. Give it a minute, GSX. Can't open the doors immediately, you know. Doors, front cargo, back cargo, and passenger doors as well, because I'm guessing the stairs are already hooked up and ready to go. There we go. That is us in Gothenburg. What a nice little flight that was. Now I'm just having a look at FlyKeg screenshot competition to see if they have one about this month. Iconic airports. Don't really think that is don't think that's really relevant, is it? Iconic airport. This isn't an iconic airport, Gothenburg. Get a photo of Lukla for that. Anyway, or St. Bart's or something. Anyway, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this stream. I hope you really enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next video or stream. I will leave you with the background music. Actually, you know what? Let's turn off the seatbelt signs. Let these guys move about the cabin. And we go. Just disconnect ourselves from the network now and stop recording on Skytrack. 630 miles flown in the end. And there you go, guys. I hope everyone really enjoyed that. Hope to see you in the next one, and I'll leave you with the background music and the end screen. Bye-bye!